Hi, people, hi, family. How are you, wherever you are? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Here it's cold, very cold. I just want to tell you a story how I survived. When was this? 2016. Year 2016. I was jailed. It wasn't a good story, but I went up in jail, in prison. My first time being in prison. What happened is, without wasting much of your time, how I end up in prison. It's 2016, yes. It was in 2016. I was with my passport, because I take a passport in 2015, if not mistaken. No, in 2014, I was already with my passport. And then I traveled to Zambia, from Zimbabwe to Zambia. And then I wanted to look for green pastures, but things were not fine. I didn't find a job since I wasn't a Zambian. I'm a Zimbabwean. So when I reached there, I just see other people with selling. Zimbabweans, they were doing business. Some, they were working, yes, it was good for them, but a lot, they were doing selling. They were selling like food, mostly. Some, they were selling food and other stuffs, shoes, clothes. It depends with what is good for the place where you stay. So me, I went there in Zambia looking for green pastures, and I see some people, they are doing good, they are selling, and I also started ordering my stuff and started selling. I was selling peanut butter. There is drink called Mazoe from Zimbabwe. I would drink Orange Crush. Just a lot of things. Tomato sauce. Yes, peanut butter, cremora. It was in Zambia, there was not, there were little cremora. So I think, I don't know how to explain. It was not common too much, cremora in Zambia. So we were from Zimbabwe ordering cremora, going to sell in there in Zambia. We're just selling a variety of things. Yes, cremora, peanut butter, Mazoe, Orange Crush, biscuits. There's what we call lemon biscuits, choice biscuits, vanilla, different types of nice biscuits, nice things from Zimbabwe. So we were going, selling there. Sometimes we walk selling, and sometimes we sit. But now, like me, I end up now with a place where there was a called Mandevu Junction. The people from Zambia, they know this place, Mandevu Junction. It's a highway going to Congo, Tanzania. There, I don't know how it is, but it's a highway going to Congo. So there is a roundabout, something like that. There were even Zambians. They have a big market selling clothes there. They call it Saraura second-hand clothes.
So even us now, we take advantage of that place. We were also, now we also have our places there where we're now selling our small markets. We're now selling those stuff. Even those people in the market, they were now evening, when after they finish selling, they will come, they will buy sweets for kids, because the sweets were nice, those stampo sweets with a stick. Our biscuits also, they were tasting nice comparing to from their country. So they just liked our stuffs. So yeah, we were doing that, selling, and it was now good, and we were now like a family of Zimbabweans there in Zambia. We even plan of staying together. We rent our house and we were staying like that, buying food, eating. Morning, you bath, you go to the market, you start selling. That is how we were surviving. And it was good, and we were earning at least better. We can even send back home. Some we eat, some we buy rent. Things were fine. So one day, we were there by our market where we were selling. Another man, this man was can I call it a rich man? I don't know. But he was just someone with he was a businessman. I don't know if he's still alive. He was a businessman with hardwares. So he said, hello, he buy Orange Crush, that drink. Because he was my customer. He was always buying stuff when going home from his hardware. So this other day he said, but today I have a story. I don't know if you allow me. Then I said, no problem. You can tell me your story. He said, you know me, I'm a businessman. I have my hardware just there opposite. And then I say, yes, I always see you there. He said, yeah, but here in Zambia, there is no, those plastic things but these days they are no longer doing that. But that time, mostly beds and couches, sofas, they were putting those plastic things, black plastic things, on the legs of a bed, and also on the legs of the bed, and also on the legs of a sofa, a couch. They were putting those black plastic things. I think it's because they didn't want a couch to, like, if you are moving it in tiles or in a floor, it won't scratch. So, but these days they are no longer doing this. Maybe some they are doing, but it's long time not seeing such couches with those black cups. They were like cups. So he wanted that. He said in Zambia there is no or even one company which makes those plastic things, black plastic things, but they were going very fast if someone have those things. And he even said, me, I didn't know about that, but he said in Zimbabwe there is a company which is producing those plastic things. And then I say, oh, in my country, I don't know. Then he said, yes, you can ask your relatives and they will tell you, especially men, I'm sure, or even if you have a relative or a friend who is a carpenter, he can tell you about those things, those plastic things. Here in Zambia, there is no any company which manufactures those things, but we want them. Then I said, oh, so what's your plan now? Then he said, no, I want to go with you back to your country, to Zambia, to Zimbabwe. And we must order those things. And I need a lot of them because they are going fast. And here in Zambia, there is nothing like that. But we want them because there is a lot of carpenters making beds and couches. but we don't have those things, those cup-like things to put to cover the legs of the beds and the couches. Then I think twice, can I do that? But me, because I was just from home, from Zimbabwe, and my passport was already stamped that I'm from home now. I use my passport already, and you know, uh, when traveling, when using passports, the way. Okay, sorry, I'm coming. Oh, sorry, people. Sorry. Someone called me outside. Yeah, so my story is me, I was just from Zimbabwe. And if you are not from that country, you are being limited days to stay in a certain country. So, like me, my 90 days were already over. Eh, but now I wanted now to accompany with this man to do the business which he was talking about. But I was just from home and I didn't have days again to go back home using my passport. Then I said, now, but I want to join this man and do as what he's saying. So what can I do now? But me, I want to go back, and because you give me some money. To my mind, what was now in my mind is money. And me, I didn't have, my passport wasn't having some days. So now it was, now wow, what can I do? God help me. I want money because you pay me something. You can't just use me, help me go to Zimbabwe without give me something. So now me, I was, what can I do? And then I just say, hush. What can I do? Me, I want to accompany with this man doing this type of business. So I agreed. I said, no, I'll make a plan. My passport doesn't, I was with a passport, but without days. So I was like staying. illegal for now because I didn't have enough days to stay there. Remember, we are being allowed to stay 90 days in a country. So my 90 days were already over. I was supposed to go to the immigration and being added some days or some months, but it was not yet. I was still in a process of going to the immigration and do, but he said, please, let's go just like tomorrow. And then I said, now if I delay, that is the money. I said, okay, let's go. Even though my passport doesn't, I was like, I didn't even use it because I was scared. If you take it out, like there by the border, they will say, how come you are traveling with a passport which doesn't have days? So I just say, me, I want money. And I must do what this man is talking. So I just accompanied that. I said, yes, let's go back to Zimbabwe. And even my friends, they said, oh, how are you going to do it? I said, I want money and I'll try my best. And for sure, he prepared everything, money for transport, money. We went together. He prepared his money, everything, because he was already with something. He's a businessman. And me, I was now like, is it true that I'm going back to Zimbabwe where I was just now? And we'll be doing a business. Oh, to me, it was heaven on earth. So he prepared everything. But me, I didn't now tell him. That was my problem. I didn't tell him that my passport is overstayed here in Zambia, so I can't use it. But I wanted to do business with this man. But my days were not allowing me to travel again. So I just say, now what can I do? No, let me try. Like, I didn't tell that man that my passport doesn't have days. He just say, are you ready? I say, yes, let's go. I forget. For the first time we go, and the business went well. We order a lot. We go to Zimbabwe and we order a lot, a big truck of those things. And when we just go back to Zambia, that is when, because I was just from Zimbabwe and my days were over. And he said, let's go back again before me processing, fixing my passport. That is when now comes the problem. I said, yes, but now I didn't tell him that now my days are finished here. I must first go to the embassy, to the immigration, to fix my days. I said, if I tell him that, maybe he will find someone, since there's a lot of Zimbabweans there in Zambia. So I just say, we can go again. Oh, it's fine. Let's go. Because for sure his business went very fast. Because we went there in a place called Masasa. That is where the company was. And me, I didn't know, but I was from that same area, but I didn't know. But we went and we ordered and everything went well. We go back and he sell those things very fast. So now I'm going to make another money But me now, I didn't tell him that, oh, now, for now, my passport is not okay. We take a bus, both of us in the same bus. When we reach the border, yeah, that was the problem. Me, I said, no, I will hide. When they finish searching other people and stamping for people, me, I'll be up and down, going to the bathrooms, coming back, just like someone who is window shopping until they finish. Then I'll get into the bus with others. But things were not like that. Yeah, that was when the problem starts. They just say, I even think maybe there will be a lot of buses there by the station, by the border. There will be a lot of buses and a lot of people, so that they won't even be seeing who is that and what is he doing or she doing. So me, I'll be just moving up and down to the path, where. Yeah, that was my plan. When people start getting into our bus, then me, I'll also get into the bus as like someone who with a passport already stamped. But my passport wasn't stamped. I was with it, but I can't stamp it because I overstayed there in Zambia. So I was supposed first to fix it, going back to the immigration and fix my passport. But I didn't do that because of the love of money. Oh, things were different with the Chirundu border, which I know because we use Chirundu border post. And it was late in the evening, and our bus was the last bus going to Zambia, going to Zimbabwe from Zambia. And they just said, everyone line up. Me, I first go to the toilet, but there was no option. I can't stay there whilst I'm seeing that now people are finishing stamping there. Then they said, line up everyone. Then they stand just beside by the bus. What's going on here? They just stand aside at the bus door and him aside by the side of the door, checking one by one. People were now in a line, in a queue. Now me, how am I going to get into this bus? Me, I thought maybe it would be just a random people everywhere. But they said, and the thing was, it was the last bus. So they just say, everyone line up. They checking person, check your passport, get into the bus, check your passport. And that man, the man whom I was with, he was already in front because he did everything. And he was even looking for me because I didn't tell him the secret behind that my passport is not fine. And it wasn't good for me to show it up because they will tear it off. So me, I was just hiding my passport, and it wasn't a good day that day. What can I do now? The bus is the last bus. There is no other option like, let me do this or go back and again you can't go back there. They will also want to see your passport. So I was now in the middle. I can't get into the bus. This immigration officer is standing just by the bus door, checking one by one. Now what am I going to do? That man, the man whom I went with, he was already in the bus. And the bus is about to go. The bus. Now what am I going to do? I was with no option, and I just go there and I said, I don't have a passport. I just surrender myself because there was no other option. They were closing those days. Even now, I don't know if it's now 24 hour at the border, but those days they were closing 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They were closed. So now it was to 6, about to close. And if they close, it means there will be no one moving there. And I was with no option, and I just go to the in front of the immigration officer and tell him that maybe I don't have a passport. So how did you come from there without a passport? Hmm? Oh, now we catch you. You are those people who do border jumping. Today is not as usual. Today is a different day. He just said that like he was playing. I thought maybe he would change his mind because there is only one bus left. I thought maybe they will say pay and go. But it wasn't like that. And that man whom I went with is already in the bus. And he thought maybe I'm also there, but I wasn't there. Me, I'm outside now negotiating with them. Yeah, what? And I was with no money because my boss is inside with the woman. And I said, can I tell this man that me? I just said, no. He mustn't know anything. He doesn't look good. It wasn't a good picture for me now to tell that, oh, the immigration officer, no, wait, let me go and ask for money. This man is, yes, I'm helping him, but he's the one helping me too, more than, because me, I was poor and him is rich. He can just find someone. So I feel like it wasn't good for me to tell this man that, oh, I'm in trouble here. My days, my passport doesn't have enough days. So me, I just say, oh God, this is a bad day. Let it happen as you decide. This man, let him go in peace. At least he knows where he's going. I don't even know where did he realize that I'm not in the bus. And how did he react? Did he tell the driver? But the drivers, they saw that there's someone who doesn't have a passport, and the immigration officer even told the bus driver that you go. This person will deal with her here. She's not coming there. If she's coming, it means we'll first talk and then maybe she'll come tomorrow. So you take your bus and go. So the bus driver just drive his bus and go for sure. And it was late, last bus. They even closed. And me even negotiating with them, it was impossible because there was no any other transport to take me to Zimbabwe. So they said, no, you did border jumping, so you deserve to go to jail. To police, I mean. I say, hey, are you sure? But there was no other option unless going to the police. And the police there by Churundu is just some few meters away from the border. Some few meters, I don't think it's even a kilometer, I don't think. No, not even. So we just drive from the border. I thought maybe they are playing, they will say, you now go. No, it wasn't like that. Things were different. I just, hello. How are you? Team Savvy, hello. Sure. Thank you so much. You are always supporting me. Thank you so much. Hello. I'm talking about how I was jailed in 2015. Yeah, Things were not good there by Chirundu border post. As you go to Zambia, border Zimbabwe and Zambia, going to Zambia. Thank you so much, Team Sammy. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't good. And that man, if he's alive, I don't even know, because from there, I didn't even meet him. So they just take me straight to the police. It's not even far to the police post. There it was late already. They gave me food and they say, can we take you to the, what do they call this? I don't know, those small, in Zimbabwe we call them stockies. Those small prison houses. And they first take me there. It was very dark. I can't even see anything, and it was a small room. I said, no, 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 no. Okay, can you just find me somewhere not there? And they is scary. And which way it was scary. And they said, okay, now sleep just here by the bench, there in their office. Them, they were saving people, and me, I just lie down. There was a bench, a long bench, so it was better. I was with only a jersey. I even left my bag there because my mind, me, I was just thinking maybe these immigration officers, they will say, no, now go. But so even my small bag, which I was with, it was with only 2 clothes and what. Until now, I didn't get it. When I came out from the jail, I went to that bus and they said, no, we didn't see that thing, so I don't even know. So I was with only a jersey. I slept there by the bench in the police office until morning. They gave me water to wash my face. Yes, I thought maybe they will say, now you can go because you sleep here. But no, they said, now we are going to the court. I said, so is these things real for sure? Is it happening in my life? I was never encountered such things, but it happened. That's when now I started seeing, oh, things are not okay for sure. I don't have money. I don't have even warm clothes. And they just give me water to wash my small body and my face. They give me a cup of tea with 2 slices of bread. It was better at least. And around 9:10, they said, now we are going to look for a transport to go to, there's a place where there's a prison. It's called Karoi Town, there in Zimbabwe. So now we are looking for transport to go to Karoi to court. Oof. And for sure I was with one policeman. We look for a transport and we get a truck. We get into that truck, to both of us. We travel. It's a long distance from border to Karoi. It's long distance. We reached there. It was around 12:01. We get into the court, first time in court. Our life, sometimes you just think, is it me? I was just, is these things real? Is it happening in my life? Me going to court? Me going to jail? Me being present? I've never done that in life, but it happened because of border jumping. We reach the court. My turn comes. They call my name together with my police, which escorted me. He was by my side. I get into a box like this. Are you the one called Mavis dzvuke? Then I said, yes, it's me. Oh, you are being charged of border jumping. Yes, there was no other option. You can't even say no because you. And I remember I was with my passport hidden there. I was with it, but I can't display it because it was I wasn't with enough days to be in Zambia. So I just say immediately, yes, I did a crime. I do border jumper. I accept my issue. And then they said, okay. So 10 days in prison or fined. I don't know how much fine did they said I can pay. I can't remember how much fine they said you must pay. But me, since I was with no money, I just say, oh, 10 days in prison, no problem, let me go. And for sure, from the court, we went straight to the prison. 10 days in jail, my first time being in jail. It was not good. It wasn't good, but I was with no option. I stayed 10 days in jail, wearing like maternity clothes, those clothes for a pregnant woman. Even if it's bigger, they don't care. You just have to wear it at the jail, at the prison there. Yes. There was whatever mosquito was there. There was some insects, those biting insects. Yes. The situation wasn't good, but no option. Sleeping would be or even 20 in a small room. A small room, and the toilet is even there inside that small room. If you feel like you want to go to toilet, you just go. People are there watching you. The situation wasn't good. I was crying. All these days, me, I was just crying. In the morning, they will give you porridge, just plain porridge, no or peanut butter or margarine. It was just plain porridge, just for you to survive. Later, around 10, they will give you a cup of plain tea. In Zimbabwe, there's what we call mangai, dried maize. Dried maize seeds. We boil them, we put salt, and that is what they were doing at the jail. And they will give you to eat, to drink with tea. Then later, around 3 o'clock, that is when I ate an elephant meat. I have never eaten elephant meat, but I ate it there by the jail. And that was my first and last time. I don't think there is somewhere where I ate elephant meat, but there I ate it, and by the way, it was nice. Because that was the only meat which we were taking there. So since at the jail they plant some vegetables, so it was not an issue about vegetables. So around 3 o'clock, you eat pap or sadza, I don't know what we call it, ugali, ntsima. You eat that with vegetables and sometimes with kapenta, those small fish. People like from Malawi, they know kapenta. From Zambia, Zimbabwe, I don't know South Africa, but Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Tanzania, they know kapenta. So sometimes we eat sadza ntsima, ugali with kapenta, vegetables. Sometimes we eat that sadza again, pap with elephant meat. And that was my first time eating elephant meat, but there was no option. You must eat. If you don't eat, you die with hunger. Oh, after eating 3 o'clock evening, that is when you eat both lunch and supper, and you go to sleep. 3 o'clock, the doors will be locked. Everyone inside, whether you like or not, it's time to sleep. If they hear you making noise, they will come. Sleep. No noise then, for sure you must make noise. But people, there are some people there who are 20 years in jail, 15 years. They are no longer scared of those prison officers. So they will be singing, doing what, making noise. But me and I found some other 2 friends there. So now we were like a group, we will be just 3 of us, sometimes crying, because that was our first time there. And we were even scared because we hear people, there by the jail, there's other men who want to sleep with other men there, or other women who be wanting to sleep with other women, like raping, like being like gays, because they miss their husbands, or even the men, they miss their wives. So we just hear those type of stories. So we're like, now, is it not gonna happen to me? But we thank God, nothing bad happened. We just 3 o'clock we go to sleep. As we pray, then we sleep. Early morning they will wake you up. As women, you must sweep the prison yard. Yes, make it clean your bathrooms. That was our duties. We were not going to the fields, but we were just cleaning, making sure everything is clean. And they will be guiding you wherever you go. You'll be with a prison officer. You can't go anywhere alone, because you run away. You run away. So things were tough, but we thank God we survived. And me, remember, I was with no money at all, no 1 cent. I was just a person. No, nothing. So things were now tough. Now even there, even when I was counting, yes, my days, now I'm 5 days here, 6 days here, 7 days. But how am I going to reach home? How am I going to reach home? That was now my question in my mind. I don't have any money, because I was surviving by that man, the man who went with the bus, and I didn't feel good to ask him money, because he was the one helping me. Yes, he was. Me also, I was helping him, but my problem was much than for him, because he will just look for someone. But me, I said, oh, thank God I found someone to change my life. So I was with no money. I saved all my days. Yes, things were tough, but we survived. Insects, those insects which bites, I don't know how you call it. In Zimbabwe, we call them tsikidzi. Inda, what do we call? Oh, lice. Yes, lice. Inda, we call them lice. They were there. So even my skin changed because every time you be lice. Things were not good. But we thank God I saved those 10 days. And when the day to go out reached, they called me to the an office there. They asked my name, or what was I with, because in my small bag, I just hide my passport so that they won't see it. That was the good part, and for sure, that was even my prayer. I said, but now, since even if they saw it, I'm already saving the crime, but they didn't see it. So my small handbag, I said, there's my small handbag. They gave me to me. I was with no money, maybe I was with how much? Maybe $5. Yes, which I just say, oh, maybe if I want to buy something, but I know that men will buy everything, food, everything. So I was with just a small amount, like $5, $10. But it wasn't enough for me to travel, $5 to travel from the prison to Harare where I stay. It wasn't much. I wasn't going to manage. So then they asked me, so do you have money? Now you are going home. Do you have money to travel from here until where you stay? I said, I don't have money. I just showed them the money which I was with. Then by those years, there was what they call warrant. Yes, warrant. So they write me a letter and they stamp it that I'm from jail. That warrant works only to this government transport like buses, not private by transport. No, only those government transport. So they write me. The bus is called dzvuke in Zimbabwe. Those are the government buses. So they said if you see any dzvuke going, even if it's not reaching your destination, but wherever they will drop you, and again from there you find another government transport again to take you again to the other destination from there again. But if you are lucky, maybe you find a transport which will just take you straight to Harare. Yes, it was not easy. And even those government buses, they want money also. They don't just carry a person free of charge. No, so it was very difficult. They gave me food because I remember I come out from the prison around break time, so they gave me a cup of tea and those dried maize. I ate, and they even say carry some maize so that you eat on your way. Gosh, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And I carried those, they put in a plastic for me. I went to the highway. I started stopping some, they won't stop, they will just pass like they are not seeing a person wavering to the bus. But when I was now still standing there, yes, they passed a man who was selling guava fruits, and me, I was just seated, looking like for sure he saw that this woman is something in his mind, something in her mind not good. So he just come the way I was seated. Hello, how are you? What's your problem? And then I just say, this man seems like he want to help me for sure. I explained everything. I'm from jail. What? Now I have this paper, I warrant to stop public government buses. But it's like they are just passing, they are not stopping. So I don't know how am I going to reach home. And that man said, oh, man, walking, selling my buffers. And he even gave me some, and they were tasting very good because I was hungry. And he started now him stopping the buses. He just said, no, let's stop any car. And even the private ones who explain, I will help you to explain. For sure, he tried his best, and then another man stopped buying those guavas. And then this man now said to me, now let's take advantage of this. Of this man, he was with a private car, he was only alone in his car, and that man explained what happened to me. Oh, this woman is like this is from jail, please can you help me, you want to go to Harare but you don't have money. And that man say, oh shame, he feel very sorry for me. Oh shame, oh it's not good. So now then I said, yes, now it's something, I'm sure maybe 1.5 hours standing here stopping by those government buses, but they are not stopping. So I don't know. And then he said, no, don't worry. And me also, I'm going to Harare. So I will help you. Eish, I just thank God. I kneel down and say, thank you, Lord. I started crying. And then he said, no, don't cry. For sure, I get into his car. I was scared. Maybe there are those, what do we call, those people who steal other people. What do we call them? Those are hijackers. Yeah, I was just not feeling safe at first. I thought maybe there are those robbers, those cruel men who kill. I was just thinking something. But the way he was talking to me, traveling, asking questions, I end up getting better. We reached to a town called Chinoi. He stopped his car and went to the restaurant. He buy some food. He buy for himself some chips and chicken. Then to me, he buy a pap. We call it sadza. Pap, olo nsima, olo ugali, olo I don't know. Nsima, sadza, pap. He buy me that, and also with chicken, with a lot of soup. He said, I know you can't eat chips because you are very hungry. So I decided to buy you this, and for sure it was God here down on earth. I was very hungry, very tired, very dirty. My hair not even combed, with just junk hair. Looking, I wasn't looking good. But he just said, no, I will help you. He buy me pap. I ate like a hungry lion because I was hungry. And for sure, they buy me water again. And we started traveling. I was now better, and I was even now starting trusting. It's like he's a good person. He's not a killer. We travel. We stop again somewhere where they were selling those chopped maize. We buy two, one for me, one for him. Oh, now I was enjoying my journey. I was now better, but I'm dirty. I'm not looking fine. My hair is just no comb. Because when I went to the jail, I was braided. My hair was braided. But if you are there, they will say and braid your hair. They don't want braided hair. So you must be with your natural hair. Unless they will, there are some women who will be braiding one another, but not using braids, using only your hair. But me, my hair wasn't long enough to braid. So it was just as junk as that. Things were not good. But now I was now seeing light after the tunnel, we we're now towards Harare. Now I was like, now we are here in Harare, but still my journey is not yet because I have to travel again to my village. But it's now not very far, and again there in Harare there's a lot of relatives. But relatives, some they will start laughing on you. Hey, what happened in your life? So I reached Harare town, and that man even gave me some money. He said, now use this money to travel to your family. And for sure, I thank God. That is how I reached home. It was not good. My first time in jail, my mother cried because they were not even knowing where I was, because some other friends there in Zambia, they didn't know also where I was, because I just go without telling them. I was thinking I would be coming very soon, but things went wrong. They didn't go the way I was expecting. So that is my story. That's how I end up in prison. It wasn't good. Lies, dirty blankets, dirty clothes. You'll be just giving whatever, oversized clothes. On Sundays, we were going to a church service. But yes, there are counselors who will be coming, counseling people. Yeah, you are here in jail, but that's not the end of life. There is life after jail. What? But to me, those 10 days were like 10 years, because that was my first time. And again, I was someone who was selling, and I left my business. So everything went down. I don't have money. If I was with money, or if I just thought of telling that man whom I went with that this is what is happening here, and my passport is overstayed, he could have paid for me. But I just say, no, God, let me save my evil things alone. This man, he didn't do anything wrong. He don't know anything about what's going on. So me, I won't tell him anything. But I thank God I reach Harare, then I take that. He gave me $5. That is which I use also to take some. Now it was only a lift going home where my parents were. My mother, because my father died long back. Oh, they cried, they didn't feel good, and they didn't know where I was. They were looking for me, so the situation was just crying, crying, crying. But at least we thank God I was there at home. They saw me. I went to bath. They give me food. They gave me a chicken, pap and chicken. I enjoyed that night. I bathed. I cut my hair, dirty hair. I was like a lost son from the Bible. But yeah, that was my story. How I end up in jail. I will continue when I get time or tomorrow to tell you from there, because I remember I left my selling stuff in Zambia, my clothes in Zambia, everything. And that man, he was looking for me, but I was nowhere to be found. He didn't know what happened. Maybe the driver explained when they were almost, I don't know how many kilometers, or maybe when they even reach Harare, that's when he was explained that no, you are the one who was with that woman. That woman, they left there by the border. So that was my story. I will continue. This is just the first. I will continue telling you from there now. How did I survive? How did it went for me to go back and collect my stuff, my selling stuff, my clothes? Because we were staying long time in Zambia. Because that is where we were getting money. That was our green pasture there, selling, and for sure things were going fine. But I messed up my life by being greedy, thinking maybe now God is looking upon me, now I'm going to another level with life, now I'll be rich. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my story. I'll continue tomorrow telling you from there what happened. But I thank God I reached, and now it's how many years? Now it's now a story, but it happens and it was so sad. Thank you so much, everyone who was here. Please, love you. Let me go cook, eat, and prepare for work tomorrow. Here it's very cold. That's why you are seeing me with my fleece and my head is very cold here. It was raining. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Timmy Ami. Timmy Sammy. Thank you so much. Bye, Timmy Sammy. That was my story. I was in jail.